The Kremlin has said on Monday that Swiss conference on Ukraine crisis had negligible results and showed the futility of holding talks without Russia. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said the results of the meeting were close to zero. He further added that Russia remains open to dialogue with all countries that intend to conduct it. It also said that conference provided Ukraine with a chance to showcase the support from Western allies. And DD India correspondent Dasha Chernyshova joins us live from Moscow with more. Dasha, Russia has downplayed the outcome of Ukraine peace summit but expresses openness for dialogue. What are the possibilities of real talks ahead?
Well, interestingly, Moscow says it is still open for the negotiations, but it says again that the conditions that President Vladimir Putin has most recently outlined are still there and Ukraine has to take them. That is, to withdraw troops from the 4 regions that Russia now claims as its own. Then immediately Moscow will be ready to cease fire and get to the negotiating table. So any conference where the participation of Russia does seem to require this issue. Having said that, we've heard the Kremlin on Sunday also saying that Ukraine should understand that every time that Moscow makes a peace offer, or at least an initiative to bring this conflict back to the political and diplomatic track of solution, the conditions for Ukraine on the ground are getting worse and worse. Until now, Moscow has been saying that any talks should take into account the realities on the ground, but now Moscow wants the Ukrainian troops out from the entire territories of those 4 regions, which Russia doesn't have full control of and is still fighting for. So the understanding here in Moscow is very clear that the world majority and the countries that took part in this peace conference in Switzerland, they also took the note of Russia's absence and the meaninglessness of any discussions on the Ukrainian settlement without Moscow participation.
And amidst the tit-for-tat peace proposals and peace summit, what is the latest on the fighting on the ground?
Well, we understand that Moscow will continue fighting until the negotiated solution is possible. The Russian troops are expected to continue the work on the Kharkiv direction, where Moscow is creating the so-called sanitary or buffer zone. We've heard the Russian Ministry of Defense saying that over the course of the past hours, the operational and tactical aviation, as well as unmanned aerial vehicles and artillery, have managed to strike the Ukrainian military, as well as the Ukrainian military equipment supplied from the West in 110 regions of the country. And also very important nominations are still being made at the Russian Ministry of Defense. The Russian president has just dismissed several deputy ministers of defense, replacing them with 3 new who will be responsible for the upgrade of the Russian Ministry of Defense after the Minister of Defense has been replaced himself. He is now the veteran economist Andrei Belousov, so his new team is expected to further increase Russia's military spending and to increase the efficiency of the Russian military.
Dasha, thank you for those updates.